Do you have one of these retractable screens that look like this? I want to show you how to retract it when it's broken like this. And I have two other videos. I'm going to put a link in the description below on how to do a full-on upgrade on these retractable screens, and another one on how to adjust it to get it to operate better for you. But for now, this looks kind of messy. I just want to show you how to retract it and get it to look good. So let's get started. First, we're going to go ahead and open our window, or if you have a crank, just unlock it and crank it open. Move this out of the way. You're going to need probably a couple of these putty knives here. You can remove these covers. And you can do so just by taking this cover like this, and you can take and pull this off. Now, if your window has been painted or stained, you may want to run a utility knife across here to break that paint free. But this is how these come off. We'll take that off. Now we can take this off. So what I'm going to do to protect the wood here is I'm going to take this, and there's a little curve here, and I'm going to go and I'm going to lift. I'm kind of rolling this way just a hair, and then we'll get this to come off. Be very mindful not to break this on this end. Just be gentle. It'll come off like that. Same thing. Take a utility knife and score this paint line if you need to. Go ahead and take a putty knife, and you can take this and help assist this off just like that. And to protect your wood again, do something like this. And once you get it started, just take like this. Constant, steady pressure. Okay, instead of letting this just hang here while we take off this side, go ahead and put it in here as if you were closing this screen there. If you have not done so, go ahead and take a utility knife and score this paint line along here. I like to go ahead and grab this from behind and wiggle it, and then that sometimes creates a little gap here, and then you can take your sharpened putty knife and just work your way up and pull this off. Look for the end of the screen that looks like this. Then you're going to go ahead and take a screwdriver in these little slots here, and you're going to remove this piece here. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to replace this with the new updated one. This is the old one, and this is the new one. And the way to tell the difference is hopefully you can see this little piece here? And then this is the new one. See, this piece is almost twice as thick as this one. So just look for the one that has the thick one. And so we're going to get rid of this old one, this little skinny one here, and replace it with this one right here. Before you do that, go ahead and make sure all this screen mesh is out of here. And make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, make sure you have the new one. Put the new one on there. This can be a little tricky sometimes. Push this on there and get that to line up and push down all the way. Make sure. Sometimes you'll hear a snap, but just you'll know when you look here if it's in there all the way. Now it's time to wind it up. So what I do is I make sure all the screen's out of here. I hold on to it, and then I take this here. It's a 1/4 inch drive, which has a slot cut in it. Marvin you can also order through Marvin a wind tool that fits over this that has the same slot in it. I wouldn't expect you to go out and do this to your 1/4 inch drive. And you can actually take the part that Marvin gives you, put it on here, and put it on the screen just like this, and then you're going to wind it up. Okay, with me still holding on to it, I'm going to go ahead and slowly let the screen go back in there. Just like that. Still feels a little weak to me, so I'm going to go ahead and put a few more clicks on this. Just a few. Yeah, maybe a few too many. I always go by feel, what feels good to me. This actually feels pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the same way we took everything off. Okay, I'm going to roll this out like this. Put that in there like that. Make sure that this is flush all the way, that it's actually touching the frame. You've got to make sure it's not sitting proud at all. Go ahead and put our top cover in. Move the screen out like this. To get this back in, just line it up there and there, and just give it just like that. And you'll know you're on track when it slides like that. And then go ahead and put your top and bottom covers back on. And also note that one of these corners has a beveled edge, and that beveled edge actually goes to this side, so the screen mesh doesn't get caught on that corner. Only on they're on both windows, the crank out and the push out. But the push out, you could actually use the same cover for top or bottom, But if you have the crank, you already know which hardware cover goes where. Make sure that these are pushed in all the way, just like that. Well, there you go. That was relatively simple, right? Well, if you found this video informative, please consider hitting the subscribe button below, and that helps me out. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.